MULLUMBIMBY is a novel that revolves around themes of cultural connection to the land, native title, and unexpected romance. The protagonist, Jo, uses her divorce settlement to purchase land in the Byron Bay hinterland. Throughout the book, she comes to develop a deep connection to her land and realizes the importance of the environment to her Aboriginal identity.
When we began this process, we decided to focus on the key themes of the book. From reading it, an overriding theme focused on the Aboriginal connection to the land and the importance of identity in the Aboriginal culture. Other common themes included the duality of human life in white versus black, cosmopolitan versus rural, and life versus death. We decided to focus on the Aboriginal connection to the land and the conflict in achieving this in a modern era. Our book cover, 12-page zine, and poster convey some of these themes in unique ways.
We then turned to researching existing designs. We firstly looked at the actual MULLUMBIMBY cover and began to critique it. We found the cover quite dark and mysterious and not really indicative of the plot of the book. We also thought the nest was a bit irrelevant. Identifying these shortfalls provided us with a space to improve on. We also looked at other examples that featured mountains and landscapes on them, and then found them to be overly simplistic and not overly unique.
We then began to brainstorm individually, sketching ideas and then bringing these together. Although we did most of our brainstorming sketches individually, a clear overriding theme between all our sketches was the Aboriginal connection to the land, and we decided to focus on this primarily in our images. Most of our initial sketches featured landscapes of the Byron Bay hinterland, which is the setting of the book, and native fauna and flora. An overriding motif in the book was the dominating effect of lantana, an introduced plant species, on the natural environment, and thought we could incorporate this into our book cover.
After ideating and brainstorming, we came up with our final idea. We wanted to use lantana to represent the white colonial culture and bottle brush to represent the Aboriginal culture. Having these two plants oppose each other on the book cover would be symbolic of the conflict between cultures in the book, while still maintaining a natural theme. Then we started to experiment using watercolour. We thought hand painting these features would provide us some authenticity and mirror the Aboriginal connection to the land. However, when we added these to InDesign, we found it seemed a little granny-ish and would be too exclusive for a younger target market.
We then tried using pen drawings and found the organic lines created in these drawings quite interesting. Once we had decided on our images, we began the actual construction on the computer.
These sketches were first brought into Photoshop. We were able to change the color of the line work by creating a color-filled layer and then lightening this layer so that the color transferred to the sketches. We then created a transparent background by erasing the white from here. From here, we brought our sketches into InDesign and started to create the bones of the cover. This was quite simple, as from previous research, book covers often feature central line and blurb on the back. We used a dark background to really pronounce the use of line work, which was core to our images.
After deciding on a layout we were happy with, we moved on to the poster. Where the book cover achieves almost a harmonious relationship between the lantana and the bottle brush, we wanted the poster to represent the over-controlling nature of lantana on the natural environment. We also wanted to provide a bit more context to the book, so decided to use landscapes of the Byron Bay hinterland combined with our line drawings of the lantana.
We then moved on to our zine. As the focus exclusively on the lantana, we want to incorporate the bottle brush more so to represent Jo herself.
In the end, we were really happy with our final product and the use of line drawings to create continuity between the three elements. We liked how the poster represents the overpowering nature of the introduced plant lantana, and in so symbolically represents the effect of colonisation on the Aboriginal culture. In the book, we focused more on the conflict between lantana and bottle brush, representing the conflict between Aboriginal and colonial cultures, which is explored extensively in the book. The contrast in the line work visually captures this conflict. Then, in the zine, we focused on Jo herself more, represented through the use of the bottle brush drawings. Pairing this with our individual images, we metaphorically created a synopsis of Jo's identity.